way, thank you for being so nice to me this week. My first week out here, you made me comfortable, you and the whole gang we work with. But,
thanks, Bill.
But being out here, I noticed the music changes. Music tastes change so much around the country anymore. And I guess the West Coast, Los Angeles, and probably the East Coast, New York, is where it begins, and then it spreads out across the country. Is that what you found out?
Pretty much. And, you know, there's been an astonishing variety of musical styles recently. Punk has had its day, disco has had its day, and it's really gone through a whole phase. And the latest musical trend is returning to the roots of rock and roll, and it's already produced at least one top 10 record.
We're gonna rock this town inside out.
Rock This Town by the Stray Cats sounds like it could have been recorded 30 years ago. The inspiration for it comes from the earliest days of rock and roll in the 1950s, when country western or hillbilly music was played with a beat and called rockabilly. Today, groups like the Stray Cats and the Blasters have brought back rockabilly for a new audience, most of whom were not alive when it was first played. The man who brought the Stray Cats to the EMI label, Frenchy Gautier, explains their appeal.
They took rock and roll, they broke it down to its roots, and are rebuilding it now, and in the same time bringing their audience along with them.
The music of Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent, and their contemporaries has been rediscovered, transported from the honky-tonks of the 1950s to the chic clubs of Los Angeles in the 1980s.
Having discovered the music, these teenagers also found a lifestyle. Take Dennis Furrenden, for example.
I love it. I'm not like everyone else in the street. I walk down the street, I stick out. I'm an individual. I don't want to... I used to have long hair and stuff, and everyone else has long hair. I'm into something new.
EMI's Frenchy Gautier defines rockabilly this way.
I think it's a rebellious statement in as far as I'm not going to be like everybody else. I am not going to do what everybody else does, but yet it's not in the punk way that happened in England, where you needed to fight to prove something.
Where punk rock was hostile and aggressive, rockabilly is more polite. Teenagers like Brent Christie actually enjoy dressing up in the style of their parents.
It's something I can identify with my parents with, too, because they go, wow, my dad seen me walk out of the house tonight, and he goes, she's in shock, right? He's going, that looks like me 20 years ago, you know?
Because rockabilly is based so exactly on the music from another era, critics say it's all been done before. Dave Alvin of the Blasters disagrees.
All right, now we can have our own style, you know, using these older forms, but what is it? So, like, you're playing around, you're doing the old Carl Perkins songs, you're doing old blues songs, and then eventually, after you filter around a little bit, you hit your style, and you go, oh, well, this is my style. This is how this is what we sound like. You know what I mean? It's like the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones sat and played Chicago blues, and all of a sudden one day they all of a sudden hit on the Rolling Stones sound. You know, it's the same sort of thing.
Most of the teenagers are too busy dancing to stop and analyze the music, and while some call it a fad, others say rockabilly is here to stay. But all the teenagers we met agreed on one thing.
It's just a fun way to dress. It's a fun way to spend your weekend. It's just a fun.
I have got to tell you, Bill, that I really felt old in that club on Friday night when we did that. I am 26, and I was just about the oldest person in the place.
I don't remember any of those Bill Haley guys and those people you're talking. I wasn't even around.